I choose to stand with the dreamers because we are all dreamers. Healthcare is a right that each and every one of us needs. Our Mother Earth is alive and she has a purpose for each of us. That importance may seem to be less or more depending on the moment. Each and every one of us has a responsibility to help move forward. We, the people, together have done more than create a truthing movement. We've created an entirely new outlook that is, it gives us a chance to embrace the future by establishing quality and a sense of justice among the people. It's important for us to learn to be happy with the things that we have. We also need to learn to make ethical decisions if we want to remove the problems we have in our society. If we do not attempt to make our voices heard, we cannot embrace the future. We will not have a future. The best revenge has always been to not be like your enemy. We must all stand together in the fight for equality. Do not be fearful of the future. Be fearful of inconsiderate and uncompassionate people. Empathy is truly a reward. We have no place for racism, sexism, or discrimination of any kind. We must bring Medicare to all. We are the only country in the world that is not on par with the advancement of technology. We live in a country that has been established behind the fact that all men are created equal. No matter how hard you try, you can never erase those words. Some of the biggest movements of all time have changed America for the better. We must be willing to stand together. We are all dreamers. We are all connected. America is on the brink of disaster, and we need a beacon to stand tall and embrace the whirlwind of trouble. If the power must be a progressive candidate, then we must remember the humanity behind the logos. The people can come together if we can move forward along the path that healthcare is a right for all. The true measure of intelligence is the ability to change your mind. If you're not willing to be considered wrong, you're not strong enough to stand for what America stands values are. Immigration has never been a problem in America. There are our friends. These people are our friends. And any white Christian person who allows racism or hate into their life is only dooming themselves to the same fate that they are trying to warn you about. We cannot continue to look forward if we are stuck falling backwards. No one person can be in control. It could too easily cause the destruction of humanity. The fact that we have marches around the world is a signalation that the times are changing. This is not the end, because in the end we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of those we thought that were our friends. How can we, as Americans, turn our back on the nations around us? To all of the dreamers, I understand your plight. But how can we push ourselves forward when we are stuck fighting over who is strong and who is weak? It has been written that the meek will inherit the earth. I have no obligation to any other than myself and my God. We need to fund the education system. There is no substitution for a good education. For as long as we have feelings, we are capable of greatness. We are all a part of truth and equality. DACA citizens, you are not alone. In the land of the free, we choose to do the things that we love. Choosing to work the jobs that others don't want to work is our greatest asset. I look forward, always forward, because this is our time, and perhaps maybe we can all work together to create something we can believe in. Now I take my stand against racism and hate in standing by those who in society are making their dreams come true. Forever is a long time, and never is an impossibility. How can we look forward if we keep falling behind? If Americans can stand by anything, it's that we can stand by each other. Sure, I've made mistakes not standing up sooner. I ask that given the chance to stay in America, wouldn't you choose life? Willingness and desire makes each of us stronger. Let us not disregard the lessons we want to teach to our younger generations. The American people are not your toys. We are strong and able to put those out in fear or not, and those that are in wow. The American people are not your toys, and we are strong. Willingness and desire makes each of us stronger. To all those that are in fear, you are not alone. We must have some kind of representation of the American people. Otherwise, we will be continued to be fought against. Those of us who are indifferent to the thought of others have the strongest ability to stand out against our government. I have a dream. One where everyone is treated equally despite the differences we have. Where we are all excited to work and enjoy waking up in the morning every day. For as long as we have hope, we have strength. I have lived in my sins and do not harbor hate against those that see me as less of an individual. The biggest scam out there is that thinking that you as one individual person don't have the power to make a difference. We all do. That's the great part about it. If we all learn to accept one another, we are in fact winning in grace and mercy, and this is the way that we can stand up against the powers that be. Ending the corruption in society has always been the most important aspect of fighting for equality. Deport me if you must, imprison me if you will. But this is America, and I have the right to my own opinions, and we all want to consider that our opinions are the right and prosperous ones. But I'm willing to say I'm wrong. We all deserve the opportunity to be wrong about our words and actions. The USA is a great country, and I would never want to leave a country that is all I know. And we should be willing to lend a hand out to defend racism, bigotry, and hate in all its forms. We have millions of people in the world who want to stand up for something to make a difference in our world. We have tons of options, but keep in mind that America is a cultural melting pot. America is no longer capable of surviving without our immigrants. Diversity is important for all.